you know, who wants to come on here and say, yeah, I didn't read all the books I said I was going to read? Nobody wants to do that, right? Hello and welcome back to Grace.Filled Reads. I am excited to be back with you guys for another video. And in this video, I am wrapping up the month of October. So first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. I have a few new faces here, and thank you to all my returning subscribers. Thank you for being here with me. I don't have one jury. I didn't curl the bangs today. I just need to get in and out. And thank you for loving me in that way. Most of you guys know that I am a full-time college student as well as a mom of five and all the la. But I wanted to start with that because not included in this book stack that I showed you guys is the fact that I did do or complete 4 books for college. So we get a new class each 8 weeks. And so I took 2 classes. So I actually had 4 books. So those are my 4 college books. So we're going to start there. So I finished 4 college books. I participated in a Christian readathon for October, and that was hosted by my sweet friend Katie over at Ponytail and Paperbacks. And so one of the things we talked about is where are you going? And for that, it was something that had houses on the cover. That is what I chose for it, and I did not read it. I'll tell you why in a minute, but I did not read that one. The next one is Who Are You Going to Meet? And I actually had The Harvest of Rubies. The Harvest of Rubies was I was going to go meet Jesus Yeshua. Well, I didn't meet him because I didn't get to finish this one either. I started it, but I did not finish it. The next one was To Witness an Event. And that one was The Birth of Jesus Yeshua. And that one had to have a star on the cover or in the title. And finally, I did get to read that one. And actually, that is the buddy read that I did with Katie from Ponytail and Paperback. And I thought this was such a great book. I think she gave it a 4-star. I think I gave it a 5-star. When I'm rating my books, 5 is if it's life-changing. If it's a life-changing book, it gets a 5 from me. If it's entertaining, if it's helpful, it gets a 4 from me. I've never really rated anything a 2 or 1. I'm very selective with my books. But this was a really good book. I think I did a read with me, a reading vlog on this book. So you can catch up my full thoughts. It was a retelling of the story of Ruth and Naomi and Boaz. So it was not something new. For example, now you guys know how much I love Tessa. So hear me clearly. I have probably half of her books. When I read Jewel of the Nile, there was so much rich culture and background and history and things I did not know. That was amazing. And this didn't have anything like that. There wasn't a lot they could do with that particular story. And it was just pretty straightforward, but I thought it was very well done. And so that's why I gave it a 5. And I felt that it was life-changing and good. And I do recommend this book. I loved it. It was very interesting from start to finish, and I am so happy that I was able to read this. So that was me witnessing an event. And then lastly, Something Has Happened. Be Swallowed by a Fish, a book that's hard to swallow, tough topic, a genre you don't usually read, a tearjerker, etc. And so I read this redeeming love. I talked about it already, that I knew there was a lot of controversy and things like that surrounding the book, but I still thought that it would be a great book. I have it here. I was excited to read it. This book did not disappoint. I will say when I read the prologue, I was like, what is this? I don't know what's going on, and I don't like what's going on. I don't even want to read further to find out what's going on, what's going to happen here. I was like, I'm done with this book. But when I posted that on Instagram, a lot of you guys were like, no, Christy, keep going. You're going to love the end. We understand. We felt the same way. So I was like, okay. You know, I want my girls to see I'm a chicken now. So I said, okay, I'm going to finish up the book. And I'm so glad I did. This book was so amazing. It absolutely gets 5 stars. I have a review that I've done that I've been working on editing. So I'm not sure if it's come out or not by the time this one is out. Probably not. But it will be out. And that one is a no spoiler video because in my videos, I spill all the tea. I spill a lot of tea. In this video, it's longer, but I tried really hard not to spill tea, but just to really show that how this is applicable to our lives. So I won't go on and on about this. I'll just simply say that this book is a great representation of us. How many times does the Lord free us, give us chance after chance, and we go back to our old sinful ways? We just keep doing the things that he doesn't want us to do. We keep breaking his heart, and he's yet waiting for us, waiting for us, waiting for us, and we're off doing our own thing, doing what we want to do, how we want to do it, when we want to do it, with who we want to do it with, okay? And we really got to work on that because we're breaking his heart. We are breaking his heart. He wants us free, whole, delivered, all the things, and we want to be in bondage and keep going back to that hurtful place. And so I thought this was a really good book. I do want to speak to the fact that she used to be a secular writer, that some of these writings and some of these things are a bit graphic and a bit detailed and more. And I will say, I think that this type of life is more applicable than you know. There are a lot of people who have had prostitutes as moms, who prostituted themselves, who have been abused, who have been neglected, who have seen domestic violence, who have experienced abuse, domestic violence themselves, who've seen it, who've experienced it. And so I think that this book hits home and relates to a lot more people than you think. Molest, incest, child abuse, all those things. We don't talk about it. We tend to sweep it under the rug. And although this book was written 15 years ago, I think that it's here at a perfect time right now because a lot of this is going on. It's just being hushed and silenced, and people and families know, but again, they silence it, and that's just what it is. So we need to talk about this stuff because it's real. And I know it's real because if it wasn't, then you wouldn't need people like me to go to school and be a therapist to help you get over those traumas, tragedies, grief, pain. The book has grief, all those things that are impacting and affecting your daily life. So this was the next book that I read, and going back to the challenge, and see, this is what got me. It says, how do you escape? Pray and Jesus, Yeshua will help you. And so it was a reader's choice. This is what got me messed up. So what got me messed up was I did choose Mark of the Raven, and then I did read this book, and it was really, really good. I will say it took me a while to get into it. It was like I just couldn't get into the waters of this book. I tried to read this book maybe 3 or 4-ish times, and it just wasn't working for me. This last time I was like, boom, I'm getting into that book. I just jumped in, and I think I read it start to finish in one book. And so I broke my TBR rules. My rules are, or maybe I didn't. I've got to think about this. My rules are I pick 7 books every month, and I cannot read another physical book until I've read all 7 of those books. The exception is I can read something that was previously on my TBR. I don't know if I've had this on my TBR or not before. I don't think I did. So if I had this on my TBR, I did not break my rules. Hey, do the sprinkler. Do the sprinkler. Hey, do the sprinkler. No? No? Okay. All right. I'll just get back to my book. So I'll be finding out if this is on my TBR or not. But the reason why I said I think I broke my TBR is because this was so good that not only did I finish that, but then I went ahead to Flight of the Raven. And that was good. And it's a 3-book series. So like, who can read 2 books and not the third? So then I read the third one. See, what had happened was there were 3 books that I did not get to finish. I just talked about the 2, and this is the third one. My buddy Reed needed a little bit more time, so I just stayed where I was so she can have time to catch up. And, I don't mind at all because here's the deal. I am a full-time college student. I am a homeschool mom. I do have 5 children. I have a busy, busy life. And there hasn't been yet, but there may be a time when I get behind on my buddy Reed. And I want somebody to be gracious with me and loving and understanding with me the way that I am with her. And the measure you give is what? Talk to me. Yes. So I'm going to be patient. And as long as it takes us to get through this book, it's not a problem. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it together. So this is the 3rd book that I did not get read for the month. I also wanted to make an honorable mention to Chrissy from Chrissy's Purple Library. We read Mark of the Raven together. She didn't read the rest of them because she wasn't ready, and I don't think she has those yet, but we did read this one together. And I think I owe a big, like, to her, because I think buddy reading this with her and knowing that I needed to get it done really helped me get through it, which in turn, listen, okay, it's early, I don't have the words yet. It allowed me to finish the rest of the series. And because I had tried several times on my own to finish this and I just couldn't. Chrissy, I love you, and I'm really thankful that we were able to read this together. It gave me the push I need to finish the other ones. I love all the chats that we have. I love your heart, your beautiful personality. Thank you, sister, for being awesome and amazing, and I'm thankful for you on this space and in my life. I know you're telling me hurry up, Christy. I'm hurrying up. So I've got my Buddy Reads, Ponytails, and Paperbacks, Chrissy's Purple Library, Lovely Day with Holly. I got the books that I worked on for that bookathon. We talked about my college books, and we talked about the books I did not read, and let's lastly talk about Hoopla. And basically, I don't have to pull it out because I didn't finish anything on it. But, you know, I had on there Voices in the Wind, which I did start, but I just did not get to finish yet. So Voices, it can only have 1 day left. So Voices in the Wind right here. Since we last spoke, I saw this online and I was like, oh, I really loved everything that they were kind of talking about. This 2-part Sugar, 1-part Murder. Amanda talked about that. So I was like, I think I want to try that. And Meet Me in the Margins. I think it was either Books con Carta de Leche, or it was either Magnified Faith that talked about this one. So I got that one, and unfortunately I did not get to finish any of those 4, but that's okay because I can just go ahead and get those books for another month if that is what I need to do, or I can just decide what really is going to benefit me and what is it that I really want to read. But I just still wanted to show you what I had going on, what I chose, how things went, because there are some times when I choose these and I get all of them done, but it's just good to have options. All right, so we're gonna interrupt this because we have something to show you. So this is some muffins that we are working on. Well, he's working on. They are
peach and apple muffins.
Peach and apple muffins. So this is our chef Eli. And I'm glad that we are talking about him because I wanted to show you something that I surprised him with. Stay tuned. Okay, so the last time I was here, I had this because Chrissy sent this to my son. Well, she didn't send it to my son. Chrissy sent this to me as just a welcome to book 2 gifts. I cannot believe it. Like, I cannot believe that she took the time and resources to send me something so amazing. And in my video, my son took it and he read it and he was so excited. And he's been asking, could he get the next one? And finally, I was able to get it. And I wanted to just film the reaction since you guys saw the first one that he got. Well, that I got. Eli, come here. No, come now. No, 1 second. So Eli is here. Say hi to the people.
Hello.
Eli, I have something for you. Do you want to see what it is?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think it is?
A book.
A book? Why would you think it's a book?
That's what it feels like.
What kind of book do you think it is? What do you want it to be?
Greek book.
A Greek book? Oh, I've got to be on a hunt for Greek books then. Look at this little fly. What is it? Come over here. so they can see.
It's the next book.
So is that what you wanted it to be? Because I asked you, what did you want it to be? You said a Greek book.
I wasn't thinking it was going to be this.
Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
And did you want that more than a Greek book?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
A lot of books I want more than that. But, you see that?
I do see that.
What do you think that looks like?
What do you think it looks like?
Flowers.
So what do you think it's going to be about?
Well, the sky, obviously.
You want to hold it?
Yep. So, palace right there. That doesn't look like a palace.
It does.
Greek palace.
Okay, so the last thing that I want to share with you guys is this book from Shatana Have Not a Word. And I was so excited to read this. Listen, this book was a good book. Like, I just kept talking about it and kept thinking about it. And, oh, I mean, I am just so happy that I read this. Like, I thought about it a couple times. You know, books are written in one way, but the way they touch us and they hit us and they impact us is something different in the way that we carry that with us, the way that we interpret, the way that we draw from it, the times that we draw from it, etc. And I could see some themes and certain things running throughout the book. So that was really amazing too, that the authors, although they probably don't even know each other and stuff, are kind of on the same accord. But I did do a reading vlog about this because, whoo, listen, I had a lot to say, okay? And this was a book that did not disappoint. I do have a few more of her books, and I am adding those throughout. And this book, actually, I did not tell you guys I was reading. I was trying to be sneaky because, you know, who wants to come on here and say, yeah, I didn't read all the books I said I was going to read? Nobody wants to do that, right? But you guys know from the beginning, I told you guys I typically read 4 books per month, and you guys see that I read 6 books. Plus the 4 from the text. And so there is a lady named Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day, and she has like this yearly Read Your Book Show prompts. And this prompts was you had to read a book with secret in the title. Now, I don't know what Chantel's gonna say, but not a word. That sounds like a shh, like a silence, like a hush, like secret. Yeah, so that's why I chose this book, and that's why I got to read this one. So I did get to complete another one of her challenges. I'm not sure if I've shared all the ones that I participated with her, but I did want to make sure that I shared this one because it was such a great book, and I think it's a really great challenge. So these are my books for the month. This was what my month of October looked like. It was so beautiful. I got some giveaways that I had won, and I got Happy Mail, and I sent Happy Mail, and my channel has grown, and I did my first tag, and it's just been amazing being on here with my sisters, with my community. I've shared with you guys my personal heart when I purchased my Bible quiet time stuff, and you know, I was a little like, I don't know, and you guys loved it and you welcomed me with that. So I just want to take the time to tell you I love you. Thank you for being so amazing, so sweet. You guys comment that you like my outfits and my makeup. I'm like, what? And you guys like, Christy, you look pretty. I'm like, you guys are just the best. I don't know if you're going to say all that today, but I don't have anything on. No makeup, no jewelry. But that's okay. That's okay because you love me, right? The internal me. Yeah. So you guys know here, I always say on this channel, read another book, and I offer blessings. Blessings, shalom, peace to you, to your family, for the rest of your day, the rest of your week. May you have a phenomenal day and week. I love you, and I'll see you soon. And this one was, I chose 3, which was Thrown into a Fiery Furnace. And that was a book that's too hot to handle, but an award-winning book. And so I chose, no,